I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you a very important concept on finding limits for absolute functions. So we have two very similar questions here. We need to find limit as x approaches 0 from the right side, 0 plus, for the function 5 divided by x minus 5 divided by absolute x. Part B is to find the limit of the same function but from the left side when x approaches 0 from the left side, right? So that is what we will solve in this particular video. Now let us first understand what this absolute function is. Whenever I say absolute x, it basically means that it is equals to x when x is greater than or equal to 0, and it is minus of x when x is less than 0, right? So this is very important property, or rather definition of absolute x, which we are going to use in solving this particular question. Great. Now let's do part A first, where we have to find limit when x is approaching 0 from the right side, right? And the function is 5 over x minus 5 over absolute x, right? Now when you're approaching from the right side, that means we are trying to do this part, right? So x is greater than or equal to 0, so it could be replaced by x. And therefore, I will write this as limit x approaches 0 from the right side, and what we have here is 5 over x minus 5 over x, right? Since absolute x will be equal to x, right, from here. Now that gives us limit x approaches 0 plus, and this is 5 over x minus 5 over x is 0, right? So it's just 0, right? So and that gives you the answer as 0. So this limit is 0 for us, correct? So that is how we could find the limit as x approaches 0 from the right side. So this is from the right side. Now let's again do the same calculation for the next one, but in this case there is a difference. We need to find the limit as x approaches 0 from the left side. That minus indicates left side. And the function is same, which is 5 over x minus 5 over absolute x. Now in this particular case, when we are approaching from the left side, the value of x is negative, right? It is less than 0. So we have to use this value for absolute x. So what do we get? We get limit x approaches 0 from the negative side, and we get f of 5 over 6, and this absolute x becomes negative. So we have negative 5 over negative x. Is it okay? Now this is basically equals to limit x approaches 0 from the negative side, and you get 5 over x minus minus becomes plus 5 over x. And this is limit x approaches 0 from the negative side, and when you add them up, you get 5 plus 5, 10 over x, right? So 10 over x. Now for this function, when you approach 0 from the negative side, this function approaches negative infinity. So here the limit does not exist. Do you see how important it is? So when you're approaching from either side for this particular function, you find approaching from the right, it approaches 0, and from the left, it approaches actually negative infinity. So we wrote does not exist, which is just moving towards negative infinity, right? So that is how we could actually find the limit of these functions. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope you appreciate it. You can always share and subscribe to my videos. Thank you, and all the best.